Okay, we've set up the table, and the best part is pretty shake proof. Like, I'm happy with that. Oh my god, that was so... Oh, hey there. So, I just got this long Ikea table off of Marketplace for free. And I wanted to adjust the legs so it could be like a standing height countertop for like a workspace. Because as you can see, I've like gotten kind of out of control with all the different things I'm working on. So here are the legs, and this is the space. As you can see, it's super tight and messy. So that's why I totally need to build something more functional for what I need. So it's gonna be the legs are going to connect to the PVC with an end cap. I have a wooden core going up and down, and then the PVC is going to be filled with sand to help fill out the volume and hopefully make it more stable. I don't know if that'll work, but I think it will work. So I 3D printed already this connector piece. I printed it pretty small because I wanted to test it. And of course it did not fit the ADILS leg. I thought this leg was 1.5 inches. It's actually a little bit bigger than that. I thought I measured it, but it's like 1 5/8, and so this is a little too tight. This end fit into the PVC really well, so I think we just need to go on the computer today and make a couple modifications to have it fit on both ends, and needs to be longer. So we'll do that, and then after that we'll be ready to start cutting and get the legs on the table and start moving everything around. I'm using tape to avoid chipping PVC, and really the most important thing so it looks like I forgot to record some of the cutting, but I got distracted. Anyways, what I was trying to say was that the actual lengths of the legs aren't super important. I mean, I want them to be around a certain height, but what is important is that they are the same length. Okay, so I think we got those cut pretty well to the same length. And now I just want to run a little leg test here. This is the bottom leg, part of the leg. There will be 1 more inch to the height, but this should be 43-ish. .43, spot on. Okay. And last piece. Now all we need to do is begin to assemble. Right? that was actually pretty horribly annoying. Batteries and everything kept dying, but we finally got the holes drilled. And I've gone through and fitted all of the legs with bolts except for this last one. So, moving on to the next step. We have the legs with the 3D print attachment for the ADILS legs, the Ikea legs. They'll slide in there. Now we have the footrest off the Ikea legs that go into another 3D print attachment, like that. That way we have some adjustable height in case our cuts weren't absolutely perfect. And I'm going to seal that with some hot glue. We're going to put in these wood supports to support, I don't think they'll do that much, but they're to support the print so it doesn't fail. I don't know if it's going to do anything, but that's what I'm going to do. It's pretty much a perfect fit, but I lift up the leg, I don't want them to fall out, so I'm going to just add a dot of hot glue. Okay, good. Got 5 of these. They're starting to get feeling pretty heavy duty. The last thing I'm going to do to these to solidify that is add sand. Make them just really dense. So I bought a bag of 60 pounds of sand, and we're going to go funnel it into these. And then all we need to do is attach these ADILS legs like that, seal it so the sand doesn't get out, and that will be the legs. And they should be pretty solid. That's the plan anyways. Okay, I got my paper filter and legs in the trash can so they don't spill. And let's fill in the sand. Definitely wear a respirator if you're gonna do that. I regret not doing it. Time to dip the sand down, make sure it's all in all the way. Wow, it started off as a joke because I thought it would look really dumb, and it did. But it was super effective at finding more room, and especially in a couple of these, I've kept finding more room. I just kept adding more and more sand. So I have them filled up to be pretty much level with the bolts, because that's where the legs are gonna go in. The Ikea legs. So we got those going in to be level with the bolts and the sand. And now I just need to, I want to seal it just so if the legs come off, the sand doesn't go everywhere. Okay, now we just need to wait for the wood glue to dry on the table. I have made a critical oversight. The table is lining perfectly up with the light switch. You might say, why don't you put out these adjustable feet? I tried it. It was no better. It was actually worse. What do you think, Malfi? You think that looks like a good place to sleep? Not sure what to do about that yet. Okay, we've set up the table. We still have a lot of cleaning up to do, as you can tell, but I think this is gonna be pretty good. The table's a little wobbly for a 3D printer, so we're gonna have to sort that out. I'm not really surprised because of the height. So the leg, I thought this would happen, but it's in the way of the psych table, so I mean, I don't know how much the leg is honestly doing. And I could probably just take this off and use it like a removable leg. I think that could work. Or I might bolt it to the back here where there's more room and just have the leg be permanently there. But anyways, yeah, you can see we're moving along. Can you hear how out of breath I am? Instead of taking apart everything and putting it back together, I opted to crawl around in between all these things and install some brackets, and these are some little ones just to help stabilize things. And then I also, without taking anything apart, added these risers. These are 2-inch risers, so my bad, not measuring beforehand, but so the light switch is no longer a problem. It's not in the best location, but that's easy to work with. And the best part is, pretty shake proof. Like, I'm happy with that. Oh my god, that was still a lot to organize. But this guy loves it down there. Got a little home now. You can see some of my souvenirs from Japan, and this is what I call the jar of failures. It's all my failed 3D prints. Well, not all of them. Of course, there's more than that. So yeah, this psych table is gonna be the next step, I think. Get some under table lighting installed and cater it to make this even, hopefully. And it needs a fresh paint coat, which is what this flat paint is for. Yeah, so that'll be exciting. So that's it for this build. I'll throw up the 3D prints or the plans for the Ikea table hack in case anyone else is interested in venturing down this path. Thanks so much for watching.